You know, I passed a courthouse this week, and when I think about courthouses, what I typically think about are things like laws and justice. Yet the one thing that comes to my mind more than any other is judgment. 10 years ago or so, I got a letter in the mail about my civic duty to be part of the judicial process and possibly serve as a juror. Well, the next week I got in my car, drove down to the courthouse, got a number and waited, and it really wasn't that long before my number was called and I found myself sitting in a juror's box with about 20 other people. And the questions began, and soon it came my time to be questioned, and most of the questions to this point were pretty simple. Name, what do you do for a living, those sorts of questions. Name, Sean Struckmeyer. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a pastor. Silence. The next question came from the judge, and he says this. He said, Sean, how can you be impartial if your sole purpose for your job is to judge people? Man, I was shocked at that response and that question. I thought it was a massive misunderstanding of my purpose, my job. And to this I replied, my job isn't to judge. My job's to love and to teach and to encourage and to help those who are broken. But I learned something that day. For many, the church was no longer looked at as a place of hope, of welcome, of restoration. Rather, it was a place of judgment. And while I look at locations like courthouses and I think judgment, many look at the church and they see the exact same thing. And I've got to wonder, are they right? We abdicated our role to love deeply and to honor others and to be peacemakers and to bring heaven and not hell. We've made verdicts when we should have welcomed. We've spoken opinion when we should have listened, and we've assumed when we should have really cared. We judge people's spirituality, we judge their appearance, we judge their lifestyle, and somehow we believe that we've done something noble and something good, and people see a courthouse. Well, I want them to see a church, a place that welcomes the broken, that encourages the hurting, that speaks truth and love and brings life. We can be a courthouse, or we can be a church. The decision is yours.